With just 10 days till it's time to pull the lever, the economy is still not in full recovery mode. Well, now the president is pulling out a 20-page pamphlet called The New Economic Patriotism that he says is going to bring the economy back full bore. But when you take a look inside, there's new spending on everything from teachers to more infrastructure and energy investments. Add it all up, and one report says it's just another expensive stimulus plan that's not going to work. So is this the right or the wrong plan to get America working again? Hi, everybody. I'm David Asman. Welcome to Forbes on Fox. Let's go in focus with Steve Forbes, Rick Unger, Elizabeth McDonald, Rich Karlgaard, Mark Tatge, and John Tamny. I'm out of breath with this lineup. Steve, right or wrong policy for America?
Hey, David, it's the equivalent of a doctor bleeding a patient. It's not going to cure the patient. It's going to make the patient worse. Why? Because it takes resources from people who could put that money to work. This is going to cost jobs, not create jobs. Every job they create with this means 2 or 3 fewer jobs in the private sector. You don't bleed the private sector. That's not going to make the economy come back.
Rick Unger, the new economic patriotism, does it mean that I'm unpatriotic, the fact that I don't necessarily agree with this?
No, I don't think it means you're unpatriotic, but I do actually like
patriotism. I don't like the mixing of patriotism with an economic plan.
I think the message that it's communicating is, look, you've got to, if you're going to get behind the country, you need to get behind some of the things that are in this plan. Most particularly, I like the infrastructure part of this plan. It's what the president has already suggested in the past. I wish Congress had taken them more seriously. I always like to point out that the same people who are concerned about our deficit, as well they should be, and the impact it'll have on our children, infrastructure is every bit as important. If we don't bring it up to speed, it's going to hurt.
John, let's talk about infrastructure. Do you really think that building a better school is going to change the education of our students? I mean, isn't it more about things like tougher standards and more competition rather than building more schools?
Not one iota. This is just a desperate act from an administration wanting to be seen to be doing something after all of its previous interventions have failed. 100,000 new teachers is not going to make investment rise so that there's job creation. And the idea that salary takers from the federal government can somehow train people for the jobs for the future is laughable. The best way to get the economy moving again is to reduce the burden on the productive, and nothing about this plan does that.
All right, Mark, is this just another stimulus plan that's going to work the same way the last one did?
I think the last one was ineffective in part because members of Congress decided that they were going to block it, and we spent too little. We needed to spend 2 or 3 times the amount of what we spent. It was $787 billion, and we should have spent about triple that because, hey, we have a $14.8 trillion economy. Half of what we spent went into loans and aid to bail out Wall Street and fat cats like Mitt Romney.
All right,
so, I mean, why are we going to spend some money on jobs?
We also have a 16
in the right direction.
We also have a $16.2 trillion debt. And, of course, the last bit of spending did nothing to affect that EMAG. So do we need more of that?
No, and by the way, Mark, hang on a second. Also, $5 trillion in new spending from this president, which is the equivalent of Germany and South Korea. Look, this is a plan for a second.
By
the way, Mark, let me finish. Hang on. By the way, Mark, hang on. By the way, that is the math according to the CBO. By the way, by the spring of 2009, the president had 60 votes of Democrats in the Congress. So, you know, it's not all about the GOP filibustering, as you would like to say, but this is a plan for, hang on a second. This is a plan for a second first term. On the back of it, I think I see no money back, none of your money back guarantees, right? Or guarantees for GM on the back. This is just another warmed over Kelly Blue Book of used car ideas for the U.S. economy that the president has tried since 2009. By the way, we've seen these pamphlets at least twice before.
All right. Well, I kind of like pamphlets, but this one is filled with a lot of stuff that hasn't worked before.
Yeah, you know, we are badly in need of infrastructure reform and telecommunications or utilities and so forth, but the answer on all of those is to get the government off the back of these industries or to, you know, reduce the regulation. We need much more entrepreneurial activity in telecommunications. America is falling year by year in our bandwidth per capita. That's making us uncompetitive. But why is that happening? It's happening because private capital doesn't want to go into a rigged system that favors the incumbents. The same thing with utilities, the same thing with manufacturing. I mean, get the EPA and get the NLRB off the backs of heavy industry
Tatge, you say
people
that's
who could
not
make
true.
the
Go ahead.
difference.
Go ahead, Mark.
It is just not true. Look, we unburdened Wall Street, and look at what they brought us. One of the worst economic downturns
did we
since
unburden
the
Wall
Great
Street?
Depression.
We're talking about manufacturers. Unburdening manufacturers.
Wait a minute. There's not going to be a hit and run here. How did we unburden Wall Street, Mark?
We essentially repealed Glass-Steagall, and we allowed banks to buy investment banks.
Wasn't that done under President Clinton's watch?
Well, look.
Yes, it was.
1999. It was done under. It was done erroneously. It shouldn't have been done.
Yeah.
I mean, in fact, that we allow people to speculate in derivatives in a shadow economy, and it brought us one of the worst downturns since the Great Depression.
Okay. Well, let's get back a little bit, John Tamny, to the subject at hand, which is this pamphlet called Economic Patriotism. Now, I'm spending 50% of my income, John Tamny, on government programs, a lot of which go down the Solyndra rat hole. Isn't that enough patriotism?
I think it's the opposite of patriotism. By virtue of spending on that, you are not getting money to real producers that will create actual jobs and companies that the markets will support. When we pay taxes, we are taking capital away from the productive, and we're not helping the economy.
What we're talking about also in this plan, the president admits that the 12 million forecasted would happen anyway without the plan. But look, what we're buying into is a you didn't build that economy. A president who sneers that just because you think you're so smart that you can do this on your own. It's an idea that the government can do it, not letting the private workforce do the job.
And Rick Unger, we've seen this thing with the windmills, for example, and it hasn't panned out.
It is such a faulty way to go about this. It does drive me a little bit crazy.
Why is it faulty?
Because if you're going to build a building that you're going to be renting space in for the next 75, 100 years, do you really amortize that out?
Hold on a second. No, Rick, the point is that the windmill program, they started out with 7,000 jobs. You know how many jobs they have now? It hasn't expanded. Now they have 300 jobs in that $4 billion program. It's shrinking, not growing.
Those are two so distinctly different points.
Not at all. It was part of the stimulus plan.
First, number one, Liz actually pointed something out that we shouldn't let go by. She's right. 12 million jobs no matter what, and Governor Romney should keep that in mind as he's promising 12 million jobs. Secondly, what you're talking about in the windmill program is an entirely different issue.
Not at all.
Than this attempt.
It was part of the stimulus plan, Rick. Quickly, though.
But it is not the same as tying this 1.9 million per job. These are long-term changes in our economy that are badly needed.
That's what they said about the windmills. It was exactly the same. It was in the stimulus program. They claimed that these jobs were going to last. There were 7,000. Now there were 300.
Do you not agree that we need the infrastructure investment?
Quick. David, how about trying some free enterprise, stable dollar, simplified tax code, stop the binge spending, more free enterprise and public health? By golly, this country would roar ahead.
And that is the last word on this one.